Right.
I will say with these magnetic geostorms, you do have a rating scale, sort of like we're used to in the tropics. It's G1 to G5, and this one will be a G4. So that's when sometimes we do have a better chance, but probably not this far south in New Orleans proper. Again, I think part of the U.S., especially to the north, will have a really good chance. And maybe if you were interested in seeing this here, as you heard Eleanor mention, travel to the North Shore. Any spots that are further away from the city with a little bit less light pollution are going to be better. And of course, you'll want to look up tonight once darkness has set in after sunset. So something to keep in mind. Certainly in terms of sky conditions, it's absolutely gorgeous out there. We don't have much cloud cover at all, and we'll continue to see that high pressure locked in place as we get into the next couple of days. So we are averaging a few degrees beyond normal right now. Today it was beautiful to start and then a little warm for the afternoon, but we did top out about 86, 3 degrees above your traditional high. Right now, the current temperatures are feeling very similar to actual temperatures. So we have low humidity in the area, and we'll continue with that into the weekend and next week. But you may have heard there is finally a real deal cold front in the forecast. So tonight we'll continue to see those 60s across a few spots on the North Shore and wake up primarily in the 70s quickly once the sun has risen. But if you'll notice, on Monday and a Tuesday, we're going to see temperatures drop off about 10 degrees once that cold front pushes through. So we do have one more warm weekend to get through, and then finally it will feel more like October. You can see this is going to come through late Monday night and then really settle in the overnight hours on Tuesday. So by Tuesday into the rest of the week, we could finally be seeing even some 50s on the North Shore and 60s across South Shore locations, with those highs in the 70s. And the best news about the cold front as we experience this week is that it keeps all potential tropical development at bay. So not tracking any concern in the Gulf of Mexico for at least the next 6 to 10 days, something to celebrate. Otherwise, here in the Atlantic, you're seeing what's left of Milton on the satellite. Nothing to worry about right off of Africa's coast. So here is the current condition for post-tropical Milton. Those winds down to 70 miles an hour, which means it's not even classified as a hurricane anymore, and you really can't quite call it a tropical storm either. We continue to see that movement out into the Atlantic as we head into the weekend, and of course it will no longer be a threat to anyone. You can see the satellite picture does showcase a little bit of energy still left in the atmosphere with that remnant of circulation there, but nothing to worry about in the Gulf of Mexico finally. Of course, since 2017 we have now seen 10 major hurricane landfalls across the Gulf Coast, and before 2017 we hadn't seen any since the 2005 season. So it's just proof of how much activity we've seen in such a little time. Just a couple of additional elements to recap. Milton, a very big impact was all of those tornadoes that spawned from our circulation on the outer bands. So that happens because of friction increasing when the bands move inland and additional wind shear, and they're usually on that right front side of the hurricane. Happening quickly with less damage, but you certainly do see those impacts. So that was a big reason for the death toll in Florida yesterday. Here is your 7-day forecast. Looks fantastic. Again, big changes as we head into the start of next week. At that point, about a 10-degree drop off. Charisse has been saying it's not fall until I see those 70s in the 7-day, and there you go.